we feeling? Now listen. Last time that I was up here, I made you get all on your feet, and I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing again. Let's get on your feet. Let's get on our feet. Ladies and gentlemen, so far throughout the day, it has been all Game 5s, and we have the potential for another one. It is an elimination match where the loser is gonna be headed home. Now, it is time for us to introduce our teams. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the stage your reigning, defending, Major 1 champions, OpTic Texas! Dashy, iLLeY, Shotzzy, and Scump.
We got a 1.41 out of Shotzzy, a 3.0 from Dashy, a 10-7 performance in an S&D. OpTic Texas, off their last reverse sweep, are looking to make this a quick series.
They are indeed. And now, like we said, so far throughout the tournament, it has been a run of the Cinderella stories. It has been all about the, I guess you could say, lower seeded teams making a run, and this roster is looking to do the exact same thing. Minnesota, make some noise now for the Florida Mutineers! Vivid, Skies, TJHaly, and Owakening.
I'm gonna be honest right now. I love the fact that we're getting the crowd to cheer for him. And if you ask Ogre 2 about this roster, I'm gonna be honest. I felt like they should have beat the Boston Breach. The fact that they're down here now, yeah, they're the clear underdogs, but I want to see them really pull out something special. Let's go ahead and get this game started.
Let's do it, Belly. As we've said so far, these games have all gone to Game 5. Could we have another one in the books? Minnesota, make some noise again. There we have it, and now it is time to send it over to our commentators. Maven, Merc, guys, take it away.
Thank you, Lando. I'm fired up. Listen, it has been all Game 5s today. I need another one. Let's keep the magic going. Let's hang out here till midnight. It's going to be Sunday by the time we're done. I'm loving it, Joe.
I don't know if this was going Game 5. I mean, we will see. But, I mean, this OpTic team, they were able to survive that match versus LA Thieves. Florida, you lose a match, you got to bounce back. You know, unfortunately, it's against the best team in the game, as the desk was saying.
I'm fired up. I wasn't feeling great earlier. I took a power nap. I woke up, just been a game feel.
Nice, you're twisted.
I am. Did you see me dancing earlier?
You did. You had some nice moves, dude.
I did.
Looking limber.
I'm excited to see if OpTic Texas can keep it going. You know, the crazy reverse sweep. We were able to cast with the Mutineers' first match. We were really excited. It was a team that it felt like a lot of people were discrediting them, you know, whatever tier they thought they were in, whatever performances. When you looked at it across the board, they're floating around like a top 6 team. They're a map away from maybe being into the top 3, and now, yeah, it's a tough test. Your toughest test so far.
No, it really is. And I mean, looking at this map set, I don't think it's honestly the worst thing for Florida Mutineers. Kuavo in Berlin, right? I think that's an opportunity where you can have your ARs, maybe get a little bit comfortable. On the OpTic side, though, you're thinking, all right, Kuavo control, we're undefeated. Kuavo hardpoint, we have the clear-cut stats. Berlin hardpoint, where we were 0-4 coming into this major, we've won back-to-back Berlins, and we have looked incredible. So, yeah, I think you take this.
How does that, have you had that, like, in some of your career where like, you're really struggling in a, let's say, a map and mode leading up to an event, and maybe it wasn't even your pick, but you start to get a lot of wins there, or does that suddenly has come into your picks?
I think it's more like this. I think they know their record. They probably circled that in practice coming into this event of where are we going to adjust our vetoes later on, right? Expanding that map pool. It's always a discussion that we have. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, we don't see every script, but I always wonder if like it's got to be weird if you're struggling.
Usually it's the opposite way. It's like, yeah, we have a really good map, and then we lose like 2 or 3 in a row, so we just throw it out the window.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get into it. Time to get rolling. OpTic Texas, Florida Mutineers, as we continue on this day 3 in Nero. Our team's down. It's an elimination match, and it's Dashy's POV. Looking to make some noise here at Ring. Get out of my way, Wood. All of it.
I think there was a clip of like Methodz just like missing it 3 times. Dude, he had a little T-Rex arms. It happens to the best of us, but a solid start here for Florida Mutineers.
Not to me, I have long arms.
as they're going to get these early seconds. And for me, really, the key is obviously the slaying has to be there. We saw what Dashy and Shotzzy were able to do. Even Scump had some great moments. I'm looking at this man right here, Vivid and Owakening. These two can be superstars. They can do it with any weapon. They got to slay. Can make the game a little bit easier, put the pressure on OpTic.
Well, so far, so good for Owakening. I mean, he's got, what, 40-plus seconds in the hard point. He's 4-0, yet to die, looking to keep this ripping and rolling. We'll see how things look in transition. Good Skies on the cross and a little bit of a snap there for Owakening, but it's Dashy is able to shut down any kind of streak progress. Both teams just kind of looking for an opening, some kind of foothold into this hard point. OpTic might be the first in. That's going to be Scump that's going to start to rack up some time. And when we watched OpTic on this map the other day, what was it about? It was about Shotzzy and iLLeY really taking those long routes, sneaking on through. Will Florida Mutineers be able to, their communication, where is that going to sort of be at? Making sure you are tracking players. So far, it is just a fight over the middle of the map. If you're Florida, you're taking this, you have the spawns for next 20 seconds left, and you're up 40 points. Well, I would think, if you were prepping and you watched that match versus Røkkr, yeah, you saw kind of the glaring weaknesses and what we have to make sure we're doing. You're iLLeY, you're Shotzzy. Just do not let them sneak on through, and so far, they've got it locked down for next. They're in good position, as you said. We have a fight coming up on ring. The forward person really going to be iLLeY. That's trying to find some kind of an opening, but it's going to be Dave that's going to get the peek there. He's able to take him down. And they'll enjoy some time. You've got a nice lead here, but now it might get a little bit scary. You're going to get a close spawn in for number 5. That'll be Vivid trying to rally back into this, but it's really just Skies trying to play his life. Is everything falling around him. Yeah, now OpTic going to try to get a bit of a crossfire here. You see Scump, he's still alive. He is basically spawn killing him, but to be Awakening taking him down. iLLeY, though, on the point, earning some time, and this is great now for OpTic. They have the front spawns. It's an early rotation over towards P4, where you can earn, so many points, a full 60 to get right back into this game. But Florida behind Skies and Awakening, Vivid, everybody finding kills for them to get right back onto the point. Yeah, I was about to ask you, how much do you put into this, knowing how difficult the next rotation can be? And they sent, what, 3 over? They have one that leaks through. Skies is kind of sneaking around. Skies had one kind of run right by him. I think just a little bit of trigger discipline to try and get on through, but you've already got iLLeY in the tower. I mean, you have to assume that someone's looking for him now. And Shotzzy, he's got to turn back around. He does that, but heads up play by iLLeY right there, just kind of knowing something could be open. Even though Shotzzy was on that side of the map, it doesn't allow Skies to make that play. Hey, you know what? That one Florida fan, they appreciate you. They really do. Hey, keep it up. Keep the ones fired up. But Vivid now working on through. Perhaps an opening here, but iLLeY wants to sniff that out and shut that down as quickly as possible. He's able to do it. And if you rally together these next 30 or so seconds, you basically have a tie game. But yeah, I mean, great start from Mutineers, and then, what, just 3 and 4? OpTic Texas do a great job. Yeah, they split majority of that time, over towards P3, now towards P4, it's all OpTic. You're going to send one more wave at this if you are Florida. Maybe you can get some of the scrap time, and they're going to do just that. You're going to have the back spawns if you are OpTic. It's not really where you want to be. Shotzzy, yeah, we have seen some ridiculous plays with that pistol. Dave, he is going to keep this going. You have Sky spawning up towards B1. You have Awakening all the way back green. They're going to make sure no one's gotten through. Shotzzy up to 15 and 8. And it's a little bit of what we saw from their first match, where he was getting going. Now he needs the rest of the team. They have to make those plays, stick to the fundamentals. I just love what he said to me in the interview when I was kind of talking about, people have noticed the gun skill and the movement, but I think really starting to notice his plays in the mini-map. And he's like, yeah, every map's my playground. I was like, oh, okay. Well, good for you. Well, speaking of one of those plays, awesome. Speaking of one of those plays, it's Scump this time. He goes all the way through. He gets a spawn with iLLeY. This could be the hill break. Now Florida have to try to flood the front. But yeah, he might be like part kangaroo. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he's having fun. I think that's just what's great. I mean, he's incredible, but just enjoying himself. Now Dave Patty trying to disrupt some of the front line of this, and him and Sky's at least able to drop a couple. But it's still time inside the point, is even though the points are on for Skies, and the shot is on point. They're trying to extend this lead again. OpTic climb back into it. Now Mutineers trying to make the run, but we're getting ready to head into our second set of rotations. We're getting here over to ring. Mutineers have the edge. Let's see if they can keep it going. To a listen in with Florida Mutineers.
I needed the Louder Shotzzy, weak inside. We got our left. Yeah, there's three. Stay like 0. Nice, we're gonna push. You're close to the J, 3 up. Yeah, I'm looking upstairs. Are you upstairs, Shotzzy? Nice to you. I think he's low. He's gotta be low, yeah.
Our rock, Dashy, our rocks. He's healing us.
Alright, one shot. Nice.
I'm in hill.
I'm gonna be held.
There's two. Wait, bunker peeking. Bunker peeking.
Left side hill. Left side hill's coming this up. He's going out next to he's our close corner.
I got one. I need to ring it.
Yeah, he's going deep. One try, both.
Go. I'm playing. They're gonna play.
Top pillow, Dashy.
He's a bunker.
I just laid out.
Oh, shit.
No. Bro. Yo. What the fuck?
They're not even. They leg out.
Okay. All right. So coming back to us, not entirely sure what happened. Crowd, sorry. We're gonna get a ruling on what exactly is going down. Frustrating moment, I think, for both teams. Listen, we love you. That stuff
It's
happens.
his fault. It's his fault. He probably tripped over a wire. It's definitely David's fault.
My shoe keeps coming untied this week, and I've fallen multiple times.
You're having all sorts of issues. But yeah, it's probably your fault.
Is that age? Yeah, but no, I'm not sure if it was a cable or a malfunction with one of the PCs. Not entirely sure, but as soon as we know what the ruling is going to be, considering pretty close in the scoreline, I imagine it'll probably have a full replay. Assuming that might be the case, assuming it's going to be a full replay, any big takeaways maybe you can take from either side to sort of improve on as you get back in?
Okay, so the slaying was there for Florida. I think you had Vivid that was positive, Awakening was positive, Shies was around even. I think that was important. There were still a couple of plays though where that allowed OpTic. You know, there was a couple of race at P5 over towards that, you know, P3 as well. It could have been a much larger lead. I think the fundamentals were still there for OpTic. Now, can the guns get going? And then Shotzzy on top of that, sort of the plays he was making on the map.
Yeah, he was around double positive, just having an absolutely incredible map. But I think this is where you'll see the players kind of chatting, just probably have the discussion we are, sort of what can we clean up, where can we improve as we get back in, or maybe just complaining about the frustrations. I'm not entirely sure.
You gotta hit the regain button. I don't know where it is, but you just gotta hit it. There's nothing you can do out of your hands.
And that's something you got to think if you're OpTic Texas, you've got to be. I just think once you've won a tournament and you are filled to the brim with confidence as you are right now, I don't think this type of thing should phase you at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. I mean, you see these guys, they're locked in. And
yeah, I just got told it's a game freeze, full map reset. So we're gonna start on over. We're going to hop back in.
Yeah, it's basically tie score.
So maybe even if it doesn't go to 5 games like the rest of them, we got an extra map.
It was a warm-up for you and I.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
You know, we've been waiting to cast, so we just had to warm up our vocals.
Yeah, strange some days you're just casting once. Like, you know, you get here at whatever, 11 o'clock, and you're just itching to cast. You just want to get involved. The crowd's all hyped up, and behind some caffeine and some jumping jacks, we're ready to go.
You did some jumping jacks?
No, I would die, Joe.
I thought you would.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5.
Yes.
Probably tearing ACL. Maybe both.
Could
seriously, be careful.
Could seriously injure myself. But looking forward in this series, when you were taking a look maybe at the maps and modes, was there anything that really jumped? I know you talked a bit about the map 1, but as we have a little time to fill here, was there anything that really jumped off the page to you?
Nothing in particular. I think that Gavutu control is interesting because it's one where Mutineers, they did crush Boston Breach, you know, in a 3-0 fashion. Maybe OpTic just saw some things that they liked. They're undefeated on it. You know, Tuscan, obviously the map that, you know, Florida Mutineers is going to prefer. When I watch them play Tuscan, OpTic, and I know they probably always want to play it, but it's one of those things where you got to make the smarter choice. It's just a blast to watch, but we're going to go with that Gavutu. So I'm really interested to see how that plays out.
I guess the one thing I was looking forward to on the Berlin search when we get there for the map 2 is just, you know, you saw the keys to victory, just how good the defense has been really for Mutineers, how OpTic might try to crack that open, and the fact that both teams kind of favor either site. Should see a good little map spread for both teams on offense where they like to go, but I think we are hopping right back into it. You'll see the pop-up on the screen just talking about hardpoint ranks for Gavutu for these 2 squads. The pressure on Mutineers, maybe you say to hold. I mean, you're 11th there, your rotation percentage is decent, but, well, it's really just, I mean, it's the hold and the break. I guess, yeah, what do I say? It's like 11th and last.
Well, I think it's just when they're going to go on those early rotations, don't allow one of those players to try to sneak on through. We saw Scump do it at that P5. You have to make sure. It's difficult to try to cover all angles, but, you know, keep a tight setup. Make sure that communication is on point. The Mutineers, they had a great break. We're gonna do this again. Map
there we go.
All
right, crowd, time to come back alive. We're getting back into it. I know some frustrations, but we continue on. As we'll see what kind of start we get. Remember, last time it was pretty much, yeah, Mutineers early.
It was this.
Did a great job. It's guys just dancing. 3-0 start, just trying to play his life and get the call-outs to his squad, just holding close. Shotzzy just comes bunny hopping around the side, but a teammate there with the assist. And basically doing exactly what we saw kind of Awakening do, right? Like he ended up with what, like he was like 4-0 with 40 seconds in the hard point. I mean, Sky's basically replicating that.
Yeah, I mean, it's deja vu here at P1, but over towards P2, it was an early rotation for Florida. We'll see if OpTic are going to be able to respond, or is it going to be the Mutineers again? It's going to be 3 dead. The last player alive is going to be Shotzzy. He does find one, and look at that. The spawns actually do flip. Awakening gets so aggressive where I just think the timings of the spawns come through. Due to Shotzi's position, the map flips. But now Skies is 6-0, one off that glide bomb, and he might have flipped him again.
That's looking to be the case. But Shotzzy is somehow still alive in that position. Like, he's on 4 in a row as well, so he's working on making 5. He's been alive top ship the entire time. He's the only one up, and, well, it's going to be Skies. He's the one with the snap. He will get the glide. He will end the streak on the other side of it. So a big kill for multiple reasons.
And you split most of this time. I mean, you did have some early rotations here, Florida. If it wasn't for Shotzzy, maybe this looks a little bit worse. But they're going to get on it. Skies is 9-0. He's been doing it with the MP40 right off the break.
Look at that man's face. He's like a grizzly bear. He's locked in. He's vicious. Okay, he died. But
he's playing with a little intensity.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You see the brow furrow just locked and loaded, focused to get back into this replay. iLLeY trying to get something going. Really, him and Scump. You got 1 and 5 and 2 and 7, just trying to find a foothold in this map 1 replay. But to third we go. This will be OpTic trying to get the break here on the beach side of the map. Looking to pick up the cuts. iLLeY able to do just that. It's Dashy over the top. It's able to get the headshot, and they'll get right into the hard point. And now, I mean, can you get a similar situation here? It could be almost identical, right? You get about half the time, you get the rotation to tower.
I mean, it's almost the same game that we just watched. The only difference is Skies has the glide, so it's going to allow them to break on through. Awakening trying to make the play on the pinch. But he gets cut down, but they're just going to earn a majority of this time. You can already see iLLeY, he's focused on the rotation. Dave is cutting them off as they push out a ring. So you're going to have around an 80-point lead here. And we talked about Florida's, they're not the best break team on this map. So you're going to need OpTic to get that 50 or 60 at this P4.
Well, I know it's a different matchup, but if you go back to this map versus Ravens, it was this rotation to tower the second time through. It was a big break, big rotation that got them the win. It was a massive moment. We'll see if they'll have a chance to do it again. But yeah, you're looking at it, it's like, maybe not this time.
I mean, you have, what, iLLeY and Chip, you have Shotzzy here. Dashy's just making sure nobody spawns behind him, which that could happen. I don't even know if they're going to have a chance to push or get some nades on this. They have to deal with all of these players, and pretty soon, what OpTic is going to do is try to flip for P5. It's just, when is that going to happen? They're earning all this time. This is one of the best hills that we have seen all year.
30 seconds off, and no one has been near the hard point. Finally, now, an opportunity for them to get in, see if they can grab some of this scrap time. But if they do break through and it flips, it's not the worst thing. If you're OpTic Texas, just get out and set up for pit. But we'll see if they can trap them in, pin them deep. Got him a flurry of trades. No one really getting the upper hand. Just keep an eye on that mini-map to see who's going to be the spawner that starts to wrap back. That's going to be number 8. It's going to be Awakening. He spawns out. He starts to back it up. And even after that great hold, you're still up 50.
Well, I mean, what, the last 25 seconds really contested. iLLeY now.
And that's pretty impressive considering.
Yeah, no, 100%. But Florida, they do a really good job understanding we can keep pushing this. They're going to spawn towards that back rock. We're still going to have P5 under control. And I think that took some teams some time. I mean, to adjust to just realize with squad spawns, we can continue to put pressure on that scrap time.
Well, as they went to set up for P5, they were not able to hold it for long because Shotzzy is on a tear yet again. Tagged down to 30 HP and just trying to play his life, but it's Skies with a nade from top ship that will shut that down. Skies continues to find kills all around the map. He's at 15 and 7, just kind of matching the pace from Shotzzy. And it's Scump, I think, that's really kind of been struggling on the replay so far. 6 and 15 on the other end of it. Yeah, I mean, it's really just kind of Skies and Shotzzy battling.
Yeah, right, everybody's trying to deal with these guys. You know, Dave and Dashy kind of with similar stat line. Over towards P1, though, 50-second lead. It is going to be Florida in a very strong position towards this hill. But you're going to have iLLeY and Shotzzy coming up towards those ring stairs. Seeing if they can work a break. But over towards Low Beach, it's all about the rock fight, and Scump's going to win it.
And that's a big win. Maybe want to get the confidence going a little bit. You get a big fight for your squad. Work to get those spawns. You find some momentum behind it. And I'll be honest, I mean, how many times in Scump's career have we seen a slow hard point start and he erupts?
Yeah, it can happen at any time. And maybe this is it, right? He has the MP40 inside of P1. This is what we saw Skies do. He's able to find the auto. That's 3 in a row. And look at this. They have them pinned. all the way towards the left side of the map. You're going to have iLLeY rotate over towards P2 to try to control a ship. It's an early rotation. They needed a break, and they got one there to keep them within 30 if they find all this time.
Yeah, I know you can chain hard points together here and really make a rally, but you just want to stay close. Keep it within a hard point. Keep it within one big hold, and they've been able to do that. Now ship will pop. As Dashy is trying to get vision currently, wrapping all the way around that wide flank. You see number 3, that's Shotzzy just going the whole way around. Now really setting up the pinch. Look at this two fork attack you've got onto the point. You got to think the break's going to come in. It looks like it's going to Texas. They do it again, really, like, quite literally hitting it from every angle.
Well, and that takes a lot of discipline from this OpTic team, because really with squad spawns, the only time things go wrong is kind of when you go like 4 dead, right? Or you know, if you're on the other side of the map and your teammates die. So as Shotzzy is going on that long pinch, his teammates green have to stay alive. They can't start to fight. They have to wait on him. He finds that now. Scump able to find another multi-kill. And with these 20 seconds, they will be within 10.
Fantastic break. But look at that top right of the map. You got all the white arrows starting to get set up, but Shotzzy's tear continues, now to 22 and 14. You see Shotzzy is trying to clear everything before he starts to pounce, and now they're going to start to go, but he's going to get caught. That Skies at the wide peak with the auto to chop him down. As Mutineers just try to push this out. It's like they're working on their safety net as Texas is trying to chip away at it.
This would be one of those holds that maybe decides the game. Can Florida hold on? Will OpTic break on through? You have the contest, so you'll take that. But the nades off a spawn, Vivid able to connect with one. Now they get aggressive. Can they get ring control?
Can you get this step 1 done? Get a little bit of map control as you start to push it towards tower. It was a thing of patience last time. This time, can the aggression get there earlier? And they're going to let some funnel through. Yeah, they're just going to run right past this. One's still going to spawn deep, though. Even with Vivid's position, you saw at number 4. And Scump, what a read by him to wrap all the way back and catch Skies trying to fly through for position back tower.
Yeah, but you can see, I mean, 50-point lead was similar as we got to this hill last time. We talked about it with Florida. When they're able to beat London, it was this hill on the second go-around. Can they make something happen? They're going to be up to 210 points on the map.
You can't allow a break here. You've got to hold down if you're OpTic. And oh God, the movement there for Shotzzy. Just trying to dance with death. He's able to back it up for now, just distracting multiple players, and now the lethal out. That should hit.
I don't think most people survive that, honestly.
No,
those subtle plays like that, the way he's able to work his movement with his nades.
And I know he doesn't get a kill.
There's 3 dead.
He doesn't get a kill, but like he just freezes 2 players there. Like literally just locks 2 players there.
Okay, we talk about those routes. Look at this, iLLeY right off the spot. He is dipping. They know that the focus is ship side, but if they die, that's fine. There we go, Skies. He's gonna spawn up in the back. They did it.
Perfect.
Again, perfectly from OpTic on this rotation. Florida can still fight for the scrap, and they will. Dave and Vivid both gonna win it. So 13 seconds gonna go their way.
I think you'll take that 100% obviously if you're OpTic, but now you've just got to be lights out because they're gonna eclipse the 220 mark. Now can you hold? You'd love to keep Shotzzy there at top ship. What a thorn of the side of the Mutineers push he could be. Oh, he spots it though. Scump able to pick it up. I thought Skies maybe had gotten through, and now a little snap back as that'll be 2 in a row for Scump. And what do you know? He's heated up. He was -8, now just about back to even. Awakening, I thought had it, but Scump says no, sir. As they rally into the point, now just down 10 points. Vivid gonna get cut down. Scump's story continues. That's 4 in a row before he finally falls.
They're gonna have to break this. See, they can win off this hill. It's only a couple of seconds. The nades have to hit. The spawns come into iLLeY. He's gonna find one. You see the setup now. Vivid and Awakening are getting close. Awakening's gonna find a multi-kill, but it's on Vivid. It's on Vivid. He runs out of ammo, does Dashy. There's the nades, and Dave buys enough time. And Vivid finds another one, but it's about the rotation now. Look at all of the arrows. It's Skies and Awakening. Gonna be the first 2 here. Scump just trying to play his life.
This guy's just trying to get the angles. Oh, and that is just a haircut and a half. As iLLeY gets ripped, 10 points away from victory for Mutineers, 15 needed for OpTic. And Scump is just a slithering snake in the grass, and he's able to pop and pounce, and that's 2. The teamwork comes through, iLLeY gets it. Everybody's gonna drop, and now you just gotta hold. 10 points now for the win for Texas.
They know they flipped it. They don't know they flipped it.
Oh, they're looking the other way.
They're looking the other way. Florida has a chance here. They have a chance to get onto it.
They're going to get in for the contest for just a moment. 247, 247. Another contest is going to come in. Dead Patty's here. He's just behind him. The shot is in. He hasn't been able to tie it. What is able to win it? I got no idea. It's Mutineers in. It's Mutineers that win it.
And well, I talked about those all-dead situations, and you just saw that. As soon as 4 go down, the spawns flip, and it was just like silence. And I just don't think OpTic thought that they were going to be behind him. That just give him 1 or 2 seconds to get to the hill.
It's just that little opening, right? I mean, it's like you're getting into the hill through a gunfight win, or you're just like la 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 la, and you just sort of walks up into the hill. Yeah, let me know what's going on. Dude, when it gets like that at the end, it's like a tie game of 2 seconds. It's just chaos.
I mean,
it's a
first of all,
bloodbath.
this starts with Scump, right? All of his teammates die. And sometimes we talk about, you know, just putting your controller down. This is one of those plays. He's just waiting and waiting, and then he's got to go, right? Just takes his time. His teammates able to get to this spot, all dead right here for Florida. And with that, with Shotzzy's position, they just don't know.
Yeah, You just think, I mean, he's all the way towards like green. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
I have a lot of things I could say, but I won't. Because we just got hired back, you know?
Yeah. I appreciate the discipline out of you, big guy.
Yeah,
let me say the stupid shit.
Yeah, no, that was just not good. Oh, but I mean, you know, then it comes down to a couple of clutch plays. Florida, they played a disciplined game. They had the lead all game long. OpTic were just trying to fight their way back into it.
Oh, what a map and a half that was. I mean, you get the replay. It looks basically the same, and you gotta love that reaction from the crowd. Woo!
Map and a half. You also said haircut and a half. Is that like?
Dude, you saw like nothing but hair there. You just ripped him off the rock.
Well, here's a look at your stats.
I don't know what a haircut and a half is. Though. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I mean, for the OpTic side, you know, everyone, it was very collective. For Florida, I mean, Vivid is double neck. He's just, you know, he's happy they get that one for sure. He had a much better.
Octane earlier with that 1-9 search one. Just like, thanks, boys.
Different, yeah, for sure. Oh, but you can see Skies, right? 28 and 19. Dave, 3,200 damage. Awakening right there with him. That trio put up some solid numbers. Gave Florida that win.
Oh, yeah, that or the final sequence. Yeah, one of the two. But it was interesting to say the least. It's, yeah, it's just. Yeah, it's got to be frustrating. I mean, that's when you're look back and be like, all right, okay.
I didn't realize he was actually front green.
Got the better of us there. Got the better of us. Just, and you could tell how confident they were this bomb was coming at. I mean, literally every arrow except I think the one player ringside was like kind of looking at it, but yeah, things might go a little bit differently depending on how that plays out. But the fact is, the map 1 is in the books, and now we get ready for the search and destroy. We're going to be going to Berlin. And as we were going through it a little bit, just talking about Mutineers, their defense has been phenomenal there. Offense, you know, not quite as much. Each team kind of prefers the opposite bomb site, but we maybe slow down a little bit, get a breather after that crazy map 1. There are few things more fun than a wild hard point.
That was wild. It like wasn't. It was just like so like I don't know, slow pushes.
Yeah.
If you could break.
Saw a lot of discipline from either team. Yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun to kind of talk through how it was playing out, and then like it's so tough as a commentator sometimes in those sequences because like you know you want to have your eyes on the clock, right? It's like most of the time when we're commentating, you're looking at not the clock, but the scoreboard. Most of the time you're looking at the minimap, right? That's where your eyes are most of the time. But during those moments, I'm just like so focused. I'm so focused on when that tick starts to go and they're gonna get the win. You're like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I'm looking for the win, seeing who's gonna close it out. It was an absolutely insane sequence.
And even
you guys having fun? Oh, I guess, okay, maybe not, because it was a very heavy OpTic crowd at the beginning, so no, that maybe wasn't the most fun for you, but hey, wait, it's gonna pick up now.
Well, we're still up there having fun.
Yeah, that's just Call of Duty. You know, we're watching video games. At the end of the day, it's a blast, Joe.
And you're here, so they gotta have fun.
Oh, I'm a fun guy, yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
You can see, right? Defense, #1 for Florida, #2 for OpTic. The offensive win percentage, very good for OpTic. You know, 6 isn't not bad. It's just that's the clear-cut difference maker in this one.
Well, 1 and 2, yeah, so I mean, defense, you're strong on the side. I think it, I guess, talks to me more about Mutineers. Just consider, I know they've been a pretty solid search team, but they're just not OpTic Texas right now when you talk about the overall standing. So seeing them top that, I think it's impressive. But they're going to need every bit of that now. Can you ride that wave of momentum? Sometimes I don't even know if you want to ride momentum in a search. It's like you need to kind of change the pace. But Dave just gets put down nearly instantly.
That was literally off of small.
The shots from deep, yeah. I mean, there are a few that can shoot every gun as straight as Dashy can.
Wow, Shotzzy, I think.
Oh, I was thinking it was Dashy. Okay, well, you know, they're all pretty talented, Joe. Shotzzy, you know, the Ys at the end, I get confused.
And this is that site. I mean, this is the bomb site that Florida prefers on this map. For OpTic, you know, they prefer kind of mid-map setup, so we're going over towards B. But look at number 5 in Vivid. He's going on the full flank. And Florida kind of waiting on him, but yeah, they're going to come up here and not see anything. Skies is a shot in the back, but it's a 1v2. 22 seconds left for Scump. Now to a 1v1, but Vivid, he got to that position, took a long route, able to win this first round.
He has another second. Maybe you could slide and snap, but they're able to get the win. I love this shot, by the way. I was telling our producers, like, I know it's simple. It's just a solo shot of each player, but I love it. I love it.
If it has the Maven stamp of approval,
I just feel like back in the day, we always had like graphics and stuff that would like kind of just get in the way. Like it's just there you go. The faces, they're locked in. I love it. Well, Mutineers able to get on the board first, and it looks like they might want to give them a taste of their own medicine, as they're working up on this A side as well. Tucked away will be Vivid. He's got a lot of help here, but Awakening, he's going to get caught. That's a first blood.
And that's just a setup crossfire, right? I mean, that's Dashy top 3 over there towards that B2.
Daddy's home!
Vivid looking for number 4. He keeps going with his MP40.
Dashy is trying to make a play up mid. He's going to get caught as well, so it's all going to be on Scump. Can he pull off a clutch? Can he do it? Do a 1 versus 1, and this time he's got a shot.
A lot of time to work with. Now he does have to pick up the bomb, has to pick up the objective, Skies. He's going to know his position. Are you okay?
I don't know what sound that was. I'm sorry.
That's my turn.
Yeah, thank you. See, you felt the same thing I did, Joe. 30 to go. Is Scump just trying to work this 1v3? And around we go.
It's insane at the same moment they did the exact same thing.
Takes 2 to tango.
And 1 to plant the bomb.
Yes, Joe. Math. Scump closer now to the 1v3 clutches. The bomb's going to get planted. Skies now the work to do.
I mean, Skies has to run across the map and also clear almost every angle on this map, which that's not fun to do.
He's 6'3" with a 4.240, Joe. He's going to get there, okay?
He hasn't really moved yet.
Time's a ticking.
But Scump's just got MP40 at the bomb. He's like, I'm not really moving.
Here he comes. Around the back he goes. Then he's able to win it. He gets the angle right as he goes out the window. He takes his time. He gets the clutch and he avoids the 1v3 from Scump. Skies making the play.
Some unlucky timing there for Scump. I mean, just individually able to bring that back. But look at that. He's like, all right, I'm just going to jump out the window.
Is that like you start to get anxious? Like so much time goes by? It's sort of
I think it's this. I know in a second or two he has to come to the bomb, right? It's right around 13 seconds. Yeah. If I can get out, wait 1 or 2, I check the bomb with the MP40, it's over.
Yep. And
that's
it's just horrible timing.
The worst. We've all been there.
Yeah, nearly an incredible 1v3, but Sky says, not on my watch. Skies follows it up with the beams.
Look at this hit right down the middle, and Vivid is just still going. He's just trying to fly at iLLeY. They had the man advantage, and they give that up.
Vivid gets spotted on the cross, so they're just going to isolate him. I love this. They saw him on the cross, just isolate. They take the 2-on-1. They're able to drop it. To a 2v2 we go now.
Yeah, hurt that window.
Yeah.
Run through the door.
Dave Patty will get the plant. He's got the sniper to work with as well. Now OpTic's turn for the retake.
This is the duo. We know how much chemistry these two have. Look at these timings. I mean.
Okay, he's still able to wrap back and get it. And Skies wins another!
Unfortunately for OpTic, there's just 3 floors on that building. And I mean, Skies was on the second one when I think it was iLLeY or Shotzzy. One of them went up top. They jump across. Then Skies hits the staircase, and sometimes just a couple of timings
you got a lot to clear there.
are going your way, and that's what we're seeing these last few rounds.
Well, I think, you know, when Ray kind of tweeted about the stuff on Thursday, it's how day-to-day it can be. It's like sometimes those timings seem to come to you. Sometimes it's just harder. It just is.
But even that round, right? Just the pace difference from Florida, hitting down the middle of the map. I love the confidence. Now Skies on a 6 spree, 1 away from that glide. We're showing basically to a default B, playing very quick, gonna be a 4v4 retake. Can Shotzzy get out? No, the nade slows him down.
Yeah, he went from dashing away with his movement to just not moving at all. Skies, he's gonna hit a snipe. Well, I mean, what his map has been 7 in a row. That's the glide. Oh, that's a hit marker through a metal pole of some sort. Nice shots there from iLLeY though, but they are just gonna push him out. They've got plenty of time, still picking him apart, looking for a 4-0 edge, and look at my guys, Skies. 8 streak, 9-1. He is on a heater. No, don't do it.
That would have happened. We would have had to. I don't know.
Just quick scopes. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, he is turned.
He is twisted. You know, we saw this. I mean, we've always known that Skies can be this player.
Well, you heard Chance talk about it a little bit earlier. Like, even though he'll beat like, you know, default spots sometimes, like, he's got his way to put variation on it. He's always been kind of a nerdy search player, and it is very, very fun to watch.
And now they have to know that he has this glide, right? So maybe OpTic has to switch up their strats a little bit. It's a very quick flank from this team. And I think that was the glide being called in. It is. He's not going to see too much. He's going to see nothing. They're going to give him nothing. They got to be careful. He's on the phone too long, and he's going to get pushed. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The pistol does not hit. Shotzzy finds the first blood. iLLeY with another one bombed down, but it's a 2v4 in favor of OpTic.
I don't know. The Rat smoked that concrete. But Texas, how desperately you need a round. And now a chance to do it, but Vivid still trying his best to hold, but the stun is going to connect, and the collapse from OpTic starting to come in. Hello, sir, I am behind you. Awakening gets another. It's all a big wait. Now to a 1 versus 1, but Scump is there quickly with the trade. Woo! They get around. I was wondering if they were doing some sort of like reverse sweep simulator or something.
It's been happening quite a bit. I don't think they want to rely on that.
No. It's got to be very stressful.
No, but they get the retake. You use the glide as well, so you don't have to deal with that anymore. See if they can build some momentum. And this is what's been fun with this team, is how reactive they are, right? Just right to that play card. They have a glide. It's probably going to be a B hit, and they just go right through A.
They're hammering through in the first gunfight. Shotzzy just loses it a bit, and Vivid able to make him pay. Now Scump flies in for the trade. That's big help there from Awakening.
Well, he thinks he's going to try to catch him running back, and Vivid is just hiding behind a pillar, right, with his teammate. It's out of a bait. Now Skies on the rotation. Deals with that. Skies! God! Another 1-2, and he's up to 11 kills on the map.
Little 1-2 punch. Just laying him out.
It's like...
Is that Mike Tyson?
It's not.
Oh,
but he's shooting like it right now.
It is crisp. Just less than the ear biting. Quality plays there as he is just crushing. He had an incredible map 1. He is right now 11-2 in this search and destroy.
Oh, that's a first blood. Okay. Shotzzy did it 1 round. Dave, he returns 1.
It's like you're barely into the round. It's just like, boys. My bad.
I mean, just trying to take a gunfight, get something going. Bomb gonna be planted now. You rely on a retake, you're down a man.
Make it 2.
Make it 3.
Dancing. Mutineers just dominating. And that search and destroy. What a map from Skies and the squad. And dude, I loved it. Just how quick the help came in at times. Like, I don't know, when Vivid's hiding behind the pole, like different opportunities where like the teamwork was just there.
They were showing a lot of different things.
I think that even though it's like avoiding a 1v3 clutch, right? It's like, oh, you should have won that round anyway. That was a massive moment. Because I think if Scump clutches that,
the momentum.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
This guy's 1,300 damage, 11-2. Had a lot of first bloods. You just saw it in that last round from Dave. And yeah, I mean, Florida looking comfortable. We thought, I mean, you never know what could happen in series like this. We thought with OpTic, with winning one, especially the way that they did it, Florida losing one. But this is a resilience that you love to see from Florida.
And I think sometimes what, you know, it's one small thing of the whole, but like when you watch Dashy's POV sometimes, there aren't a lot of players that you're snap at the same time, but a lot of times with that auto, he's winning it. He's just a machine. But yeah, Skies was kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine. Like, he was just on point, like winning those gunfights where I guess a lot of times we do see them go OpTic's way. Like, Skies is just a beast, absolute beast.
And sometimes, though, we don't see it happen in maps 1 and 2. If you're Florida, you probably want to, you know, win this control, right? Don't start that. Yeah, because we saw the momentum. And it's going to that Berlin hard point where OpTic has looked good if we go to that map 4. But I mean, OpTic undefeated on this Gavutu control, and we know how it's their best game mode.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same story you've had a couple of times. Now OpTic had to bring it back, work on the reverse sweep. We know they're more than capable of it. They did it to Thieves, they did it to FaZe a couple of events ago, or last event. But Mutineers, they're looking so good, just one map away from taking this series and moving on. We'll be back after the break.
The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew.
We are back at it. We're going to take a look at one of the brilliant moments from Skies. What a map it was. This one, an ace, as he was just picking them apart. Skies, just so accurate throughout the course of this. Unbelievable.
Yeah, usually after an ace, it's sort of like a 4 streak. I just don't think we noticed it because he was already on 2 in a row.
Yeah, no, yeah, he ended up like an 8
really
spree or whatever it was.
into that 2v2, but he finds all 4 kills, and there you can see Social popping off. Yeah, Skies is that guy right now.
He absolutely is. You nailed it. He is filthy, and he is on one. Now, can you keep it going all series long? Because the thing is, you know, let's say you come in and lose that control. Can you dig deep? Because we've seen teams.
It's almost like a different series right now, right? Just closing this out.
I interviewed Shotzzy, and I flat out asked him, I'm like, you guys have been in this hole before. You seem to have faith in each other. Like, what is it? And he was just like, sort of like, we win a map, we're good. Like, once we get that map, we feel all right. Like, we're never out of it.
Yeah, never. You just don't want to always be down 0-2. It almost reminds you of, like, you know, last year's OpTic, right? I mean, just felt like they could not get going in those first couple of games. Not really what we've seen too many times for this team. They definitely don't always want to be down 0-2, but you can see there, 5-0 for OpTic, 3-2 for Florida.
#1 on offense for OpTic, 3 on defense. We know how good of a control team they have been. And that's also what he said. Like, we're a really good control team. That's part of the reason we're never out of Series 2. And yes, they've been sensational. Now OpTic look for a little magic again to bring it back against Mutineers. I know it's not as simple as this, but it's more, can like Dashy take over and slow down Skies a bit? I know it's not that simple, but I feel like you're gonna have to slow him down somehow.
Yeah, really. Besides Shotzzy, I think just the entire team really needs to step up here. Try to get something going. They're working towards A. Yeah, Sky's working on that flank right now. He's gonna find one off a spawn. Dashy trying to re-pinch that, but on the point. Different skirmishes going down. Scump and Shotzzy trying to do what they can.
Well, it's a one-on-one win for Dashy onto Vivid. That'll open it up to get him onto the B site. It's like you still have to win this fight here if you're Mutineers. The teammates off the spawn will start to track over. But it's going to be iLLeY here with the help, doing a great job just trying to keep Dashy alive and not able to do it. Vivid over the top of the pistol, able to take him down, clear the point. You get close to a bit of progress.
That would have been a take. Yeah, that 1v1 is so huge. I mean, that would have been a take. You would have had all the pressure from Florida to rotate over to B. Maybe that opens up the A zone. But now it's full map control for the Mutineers. So Vivid, with those 2 kills to clear B, gives them a massive advantage here in this defensive round.
Or they're going to take everything right over to A. Trying to sneak in behind enemy lines will be Vivid. You can see on the minimap, iLLeY's kind of trying to pick this up. He knows something's afoot, and he does a great job of that. He just reads it, doesn't allow the pinch to develop, relies on his teammates to win the fight to the front line.
I like that something's afoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I'm very cultured and read. I read books.
But you know, you listen to them.
Okay, all right. Still sort of reading. Now all that map control we talked about for Mutineers to be enjoyed by Scump and OpTic Texas. He's 7-2. He's on 5 in a row. Starting to feel himself a bit. How far can he push this now? That's going to be the 8-point done. If they start to push in, Scump is still hitting it. Rat-a-tat-tat. I thought they were all going to line up. Did he get to 7 though? He got 2, right? So he got to the glide?
Yeah, he got the glide. Okay. So he has the glide, and now you have 2 players on this. The second take almost done. Florida, they have to cross through the middle of the map towards green. Here we go. We're gonna try to retake this. The slide is there. Here comes the rest of the team. Shotzzy able to stay alive. It's down to a 1v1. Scump has not lost one this map, it seems.
And now he is into it. The contestant is gonna come in. He's gonna need some help. iLLeY will be the first one in to try and provide assistance.
Still just a fight, but it's almost done. It's almost done here. Dashy looking over his teammates.
There it is.
Scump 10-3 has the glide. You can see the iLLeY is off his feet after that, trying to get his guys going.
Well, and it's got to feel good too, because I feel like it's sort of the nature of how this series has been. Like, they were struggling to get full of the map 3. They were struggling to find open. He had some great defensive clears from Florida Mutineers, but Scump was the spark, and then they followed through.
They were laughing a little bit there because I think iLLeY like dropped his control. I don't know. He lost like everything.
Spilled his drink.
Yeah, he was going to.
I thought the rat was just about to pop on both.
Almost did.
I don't know what that was either. I'm making some sounds tonight, huh? Scump is just centering on foreheads right now. Now iLLeY trying to get the boys fired up, but can he fire himself up a bit to start rallying in this map? 3-6, but who cares? You got that round 1 offensive win, and it was a big one. Now Mutineers trying to do the same, and iLLeY is just catching tacticals, bullets, dust to the face. And finally, Skies is able to push it out. Skies not leaving the mark on this map he has through the rest of the series so far.
Now the key here is, though, Scump was able to earn that glide. So if things do happen to go wrong, just, maybe one push on defense to get towards B, you can rely on that to retake it. You don't need it yet, though. You have Dashy who's able to find a multi-kill, really slows down this push for Florida.
Well, I think it's so big, too, because it's just like, you have spots where it's a difficult kill you really have to work for. Let's say in the ship at B, right? Like,
yeah, just
that really hard
a lot
kill.
Of the times if they have ring control.
And the glide can be so massive.
Just to deal with that one player.
Dashy will dominate over a ring, and Scump, he just wants to send it in with a pistol, but the information comes into Shotzzy, and Shotzzy will take down both. As the defense still holds strong, and until they're able to clear out Dashy from his position mid-map, as he continues to get shots in, call-outs in, and damage down at range, it's going to be hard to get across, and iLLeY has just pushed this out. He's flooded right up into the gut of the Florida Mutineers. So he knows time is a-ticking. Just around 10 seconds left to go. Shotzzy and the boys just sending it forward, flying and making sure they don't have a chance to get it to the point. That'll be 5 in a row. Bit of a streak for Shotzzy, and that is a defensive hold. You have, what, 1 bit of progress? 6-1? Yeah. Not sure it's going to matter, but you got 1.
Yeah, Shotzzy really turns it up, but I was joking, I think, with Nameless in the back today, just like, you'll blink at some point and Dashy will just be like double positive, or he'll be like around even, and then like you'll look at the scoreboard again. And
that was the.
He's up to 12-3. He's quadruple positive. But, a lot of times we're not on his point of view because you have Shotzzy and Scump just making these amazing plays.
Was that us? We were casting. It was the Røkkr match. He was like 4-12, and the next thing you know, he's like even to 20-20. I was like, all right, well.
Now he's 12-3.
A little different. Well, now the fans, once again, like, all right, it's control. We can rally behind the team again as they start to get going.
That's a B hit right away. 3 go down. 1 player is left alive. That is Skies. That's all 4 dead. Scump can use the glide if he wants to.
Oh, my God. It is just decimation on the objective.
Look at
1 bit done. 1 bit of progress. Hey, boys, I'm looking over you.
I got him in map cross.
And they're starting to pick him apart a bit. Scump, though, is still here. How many can he win?
That's
Not
2
be able
ticks,
to take down anybody.
That's just so much work done at B.
That's some damage done for sure. And now you think you still got the glide. Like, you can get A, use the glide to open it up, get that final tick maybe. All right, that'll be the play call. It's got to be, I usually think, if you're going to have one mode that's like the most dominant for you, you take the search to the hard point, right? Because you play 2 of them. But it's got to be such a thing of confidence. Just know you're so good at control, you always have a chance.
Yeah, it just keeps you alive. You get that momentum going, right? Just get their confidence down a bit. We've talked about in the past where, that map 1, you go to a map 2 and it's a search. Things slow down. It's different with this map 3 because you go to a very fast respawn, boom, right into another one in that hard point.
It's more of a momentum carrier, 100%, than 1 to 2, yeah. 3 to 4, yeah, without question. That's just one of the many reasons they've been able to pull these swings. But now, it's really just a matter of the clock. I mean, you don't have a ton of time. I know you've gotten the 2 bits of progress on B, but you need to get the minute extension here. If you're going to try and close it out, just able to track. It's not easy to do when the slide comes in, but able to do it. Clock stock just under 5 seconds to go. The Scump is finding openings again. 22-9, like a man possessed. Those nades clear him off of it. Can anyone get to it? It's really just one person there, and they will hold. So, okay, I mean, I guess considering how good the opening was on to B, you think maybe that's where they close them out. They go for the jugular, they take it, but
yeah, I thought that was
survive.
I thought Simp was going to call in the glide, but doesn't happen,
yeah.
right? I think maybe with Dashy in the position that he was in, he was watching that cross, but it was just a good push from Florida. But I think you got 3 more ticks. They were already up. I think they're up around 8 now, so they've secured round 5 already.
Yeah, maybe just hold it for a defense, right? Unless he used it and I missed it, but I don't think so. Mutineers push this to a round 5. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to, what, win back-to-back offenses if you're gonna do this.
With Shotzzy in such a sneaky position here.
It's like a little
catapult. In case somebody goes B, right? If they're gonna go for that B hit, he's just watching the outer part of the beach. Able to pop on up now. It's on to Dashy. Through the pinch on Repeat 1. The pistol is out. He is so darn good with that thing.
Oh, big Brucey. Making the plays. Is Shotzzy. Now tries to get top ship, and there's his pistol.
Little Cellium action?
Yeah, except he lived and got a kill. A little different, but
Adel did that earlier. He's like the only player I've seen do that.
Yeah, I know. See what they can do behind the opening. +10 still for Scump. The timing there, right as he gives it up, the peek comes in. Some unfortunate ones for sure, but you've got 35 to go. You're really starting to work the progress now. That's a nice kill from TJHaly, is trying to alleviate any kind of pressure Dashy's been able to put ringside throughout the course of this, but the fact is you need an offensive win. It's not about ticks. You got to get the round when you get to the round 5. And are you going to be able to really stop the clock? You've got top ship control. You're relying on your teammates not get position. He's going to send it yourself. He's going to send it, and Scump is there, lying in wait. Next on the attack will be TJHaly.
Yeah, only 20 seconds now, though. They have a ton of map position. Does OpTic to close this series out to send us to a game number 4. Sky's the first man up, has the pistol. Not gonna work. Shotzzy was able to do it. Now Shotzzy getting the cuts. Dave has to get on the point. 2 seconds to go. He's gonna get on it for now. It's down to point 9. He's able to find a kill. Dashy, there we go. And of course, OpTic, they win the control in a controlled fashion right from that round 1 behind Scump.
They just make it look easy. And they stay in the series, but now can Mutineers do what many have not been able to do? Like, can you just regain here for this map 4? I think you really nailed it. I know many viewers probably understand it, but just you really can carry momentum a lot more out of the map 3. Just do. I know you got a break here, maybe a couple minutes before it gets started, but similar. It's a respawn, right? It's a respawn to a respawn.
Man, it's a respawn where they are honestly frying this weekend on Berlin Hardpoint.
Well, it was what? It was 0-4 before the weekend, right?
Yeah, just they're getting things going. We've seen them just right from that, right from P1, get that early lead. Now just taking a look at these stats, Jump +10, huge aim out of him. Dashy 29, like I was saying. And the one thing here, if I'm Florida, if I'm a Florida fan, I'm looking at someone to step up for map number 4. The respawns, Vivid has struggled. We know the kind of hot and cold player that he can be, the pace that he plays at. I gotta see him step it up here on Berlin.
OpTic reverse sweep part 2. Yeah, it's looking like they've got a shot to do that. But to the controls though, like, I guess, they were so dominant right before the change, right? The change into ticks. Was there any concern for you that maybe they'd be less dominant?
No, I just think they really understand the game mode, and when you watch the content from OpTic, I think their coach always talks about is their ability to play their life. I need to see a lot more on Tuscan, just where it gets crazy over towards B, Radio and P5. Just that second or two, if they could vie for one another. It's just a difference maker. Teams trying to figure it out, but Florida not able to do so here.
All players just take a second to regain, to focus up. Is those in attendance and those at home, thanks for sticking with us. We're going through the gauntlet today. It's been a long day of matches.
A lot of game 5s.
So many game 5. It's literally, it's the opposite of yesterday, right? When you think about, wait, what was it day 1 that was all 3-0s?
Yeah, day 1.
Yeah, day 1, sorry. That was just like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. Now it is just
high series.
Game 5s, yeah, right. It's kind of wild.
We got best of 9 tomorrow night in a final.
Yeah, we're having fun. We love us some Call of Duty, but there's a reminder in case you're joining us a little bit late, where we have gone, how it has played out in these maps and modes, and that is where we currently sit. OpTic trying once again to bring it back from the depths, pull off the reverse sweep, and get a win in the game 5. They're able to do it. And I love this. I love this because it's fun to watch the test that is for the team that goes to an 0-2 hole and watch them claw out of it. And it's also fun on the other side, just watch if Mutineers now, how do they bounce back in this game 4? Does it start to leak a little bit? Or, do you get Skies back just frying and dominant in this map 4?
I think the one thing for OpTic, for me, just looking at some of the respawns, even when they've had slow starts, or versus LA Thieves, there's always kind of one player who's just getting hot. I want to see a more sort of team effort early on in the respawn. It feels like midway, everyone kind of picks it up, but right from the get-go, can they get into the positions and get that momentum rolling?
Well, they're going to try to do just that, but Big Wake doesn't seem phased.
Is that a ghillie suit?
I can't see it.
I only see a floating head.
Oh, we are just sort of adults. As much as I just want a thrilling game 5, give me to around 11. I want to jump, like karate kick something.
Why do you want to karate kick?
I don't know. Oh, I am not flexible at all.
Hey, you gotta be careful.
My leg didn't even get up above the camera, but all right, to Berlin, card point. As OpTic fans start to really get into it in that map 3, they look to keep it going into the map 4. As the boys continue to write this comeback arc, just down 0-2, all right, we don't care. And it's always easier, I think, when your confidence is at an all-time high, when you've got an event win, and you're just like, yeah, anything is possible.
And we saw the stats there. I mean, I'll ignore optics a little bit because it's turned around so much on this map, but for Florida, it's similar to what we saw in Yavutu. When they have the holds, they are so darn good. When they have to break, that makes it tough. Saw Vivid stats there. See if he can step it up here in this respawn. So it's not been easy for him. They were able to close out that map number 1 within 2 points. I thought we were getting going.
So did I. I was pacing, I was ready.
The music, dude, just get you locked in.
It does, it does. The music does everything.
There's a camera shot. Okay.
All right, I think you're just getting ready to reload it.
I knew something was afoot.
Oh yeah, I thought so. I thought it for a second too.
I learned from you.
It's got the timings.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
Surprise.
How we doing? I wasn't sure we were coming back to us, but we're just waiting. It's a small delay. They're just reloading it real quick, and we'll get into it. This is going to game 5. It has to, right?
I mean, does it have to? But I'm hoping so.
I want some midnight magic. Wait, what time is it?
Midnight magic. It's only
it's only 9 o'clock. Okay, we got wait. That's gonna be a real long game 4.
Yeah, I feel like time is.
Music again. There we go.
Yeah, we go. The map is loaded. There's the map preview. That means we should be underway.
Dashy, this match, how he has looked, 44 and 35 overall with a 1.26, 80% non-traded kill percentage. And this time we are in. Here we go. Game 4. OpTic looking to bring it back and push it to a map 5. Okay, I thought he was going to run right by, but the snap back and Shotzzy get put down.
Well, you have to do the sort of strong side if you are OpTic. iLLeY, he's going to find 2 early points here. Where iLLeY with 3. He's not going to find the 4th, but he's going to give his team all of that time off the break. I mean, maybe with that first blood from Vivid, you're thinking they can get in quickly. Does not happen.
Shotzzy to the window, to the wall,
to the other window.
Yes, that's how it continues. Shotzzy continues to move around, just taking bullets as he glides throughout his playground. Oh, up high. Okay, his playground. I didn't know they punched you in the face at playgrounds. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I think you get in trouble if you do that.
Yeah, probably. But it's guys that's able to find the kill. But it is a 32-point advantage for OpTic early in this one. As they're now inside, and Vivid just looking to find the picks. Set up openings for his teammates. Yeah, one more in the corner. The slide is on point. Skies involved in the action at the same time. It's really just going to be Shotzzy, but those situations where you get to, where the rest of your team drops, just gives you a chance to get back, but it's still going to be Mutineers inside.
Yeah, a little staggered here if you're OpTic. Shotzzy coming off his spawn. Now you can work together. Play this 4v4 push. iLLeY with, oh, I thought he had the timing. Now it turns bad, but he's ready for the next gunfight. He's able to find the second. iLLeY up to 7 and 3.
Yeah, trying to play behind that. Screw that wall. Screw it all. Just put bullets everywhere. iLLeY is trying to light it up. Now Dashy out of ammo with the AR right over the pistol. But you still retain a 17-point advantage. Now look at the top left of the mat, you see street side control. iLLeY's POV is just trying to get the lockdown here.
Watch number 5 though, Vivid working towards the front. Does he find a timing?
Oh no, he
Vivid
sure
does
does.
get a timing. What's gonna happen with the spawns now? The spawns are key here. They still spawn out. OpTic spawns right there. Wasn't sure what was gonna happen. It's a P1 spawn for Florida. They try to get to their teammates. This is where OpTic can open up the map.
I'm not sure what Vivid's call out there was, but probably a little frustrated. He thought he had the back.
Okay,
broken.
never mind. They don't need the spawns. Now they got them. They just break right through.
Yeah, it's like everybody kind of struggling to get any kind of semblance of a hold for a long period of time. You still have 30 to go here. What kind of mark can you make on the objective right now if you were Florida Mutineers? I thought iLLeY had the read, but Owakening gets around the corner and able to finish the kill before he gets fully healed up. Is Scump just kind of lurking? The rest of his teammates thinking about the rotation. And so, I mean, considering the chaos at the beginning and Vivid, you thought maybe a little frustrated, they get the final 30 seconds.
Yeah, nice. Very nicely done by Florida. Even at the P2, because there was a couple individual plays that OpTic had. iLLeY was finding multi-kills. The fact that they deal with that early lead from OpTic to bring it within a good amount of time, they get the break. Vivid though, open that up. Let's see what they can find. Dave this time. Dashy's gonna respond. It's a 1v2 for Shotzzy. He's just trying to do what he can. We know how difficult it is to earn time here.
5 points separating the squads, and Sky's just focusing on the callouts right now as he's just laying prone, trying to soak up the time. Instead, he soaks up a nade.
He's just making sure everything was built properly up to code.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't, because he got blown to pieces. There was no protection whatsoever, and he is gone.
Oh, I think it's a concrete fault.
The grenade's fault, probably at the end of the day, but Vivid, he climbs up the tower! And on the third is a lovely bit of work. 5 in a row now for Vivid. And the stats, I mean, this guy is positive in a hard point, how ridiculous they have been. It's like the team flips on its head when you talk about win percentage. And you said he needed to step it up, but he's doing it now.
Yeah, now around, what, 25-point lead. OpTic, though, with that P5 rotation. He can chain this together into P1. See what Florida's able to break this mid-map setup. Vivid's trying to, I mean, probably find streaks, right? You're up to 5. Dashy just taking his time there, playing very patiently. Making sure nobody gets through. Train side, now trying to find the second kill and open up the hill, and he does just that with the help of iLLeY.
Well, OpTic, once again, trying to pull off this reverse sweep. They need the map. They need to get it to a map 5. They're making the rally now, looking for a lead change to elicit in now with OpTic Texas.
P1 got me, P1 got me, Reese. P1 got me, Reese. I'm right about it. Play P1 off spawn. I don't see him, I don't see him.
Yo, right side over, wait, he's weak.
Yo, he's gate Reese, absolute, and one guy's left side glass. Left side glass.
I have
Yo,
Nero.
gate Reese, I spawn fire. He's right side, you see him, you see him?
Yeah, he's
Yo, he's left down, he's left.
Load down.
What is
Right here, Reese, I got target, punch out, wait. Yeah, I'm going quick.
I spawn loading.
Glass, got me, yo, glass in small.
Yo, glass of time, glass of time.
Glass one left side time.
Yeah, they're flying from their side.
Yeah, when is that Gaber now? Gate?
He's still there? Then he over?
Showing time. Nothing left window.
Yeah, I'm one shot. Punch on me, close. I can't tell, guys. He's close right, so.
I'll pitch a double now.
Gate. Their side long. Their side window.
Yo, he's left side time. Weak glass, bro. Weak glass, so much outer window.
Yeah, you got it.
Let's hit the shit.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna go outer and iron over you guys. I don't see him.
Yeah.
Caesar left side, he's still there. He's not challenging me. Give me gate. I'm hitting outer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. I need to get.
What's it fire? He's going to that statue or he's going?
I'm going glass.
I don't see him. So here, could be gate.
One is secret. One is over
Secret.
Yeah, he's back outside you. Yo, Gate Reese first. Yeah, listen, get to new right now. Take a deep breath. Everyone, reset. Deep breath right here. Get to new, guys. I don't think so. I'm new right now. They might be hitting through. I'm one shot.
Not too loud.
I like Scump at the tail end of that, kind of like it was a frustrating sequence, right? Just kind of bashing your head against the wall. He's like, let's reset. They need to reset. They're down 70. It was a difficult push.
No, it wasn't. And you know, there was a couple of chances where the spawns flip. You heard it right when we got to the listening. Scump was trying to find a couple of kills to break into P1, but it was a stronghold from Florida. Have to give them their props. Skies is now on a 4 spree, but over to P2. Can they reset? Skies is up to 5 in a row. It's another break from Florida Mutineers.
They continue to find these big breaks. Now can he find these streaks? It's Dashy outside, the snap! One more, but not able to do it. Scump is there instantaneously for the trade, but the same can be said on the other side. It is just a flurry of bloodbath that is mayhem around the objective. Lead at 80. Vivid is just trying to track back Wall, desk, door. Where are they going to be?
In that, you know, you're going to get some scrap time if you're OpTic, but those couple of kills from Skies are going to slow down this P3 push. You would think. Now they're going to go. I think they have the man advantage right now. Florida, this is where they were able to break here on this first rotation. A big money hill. We'll see if OpTic can do it this time. Gonna try and push through street side. Scump able to find one, but Vivid has been so good here on Berlin. The spawns nowhere close. Dashy's able to spawn on through. Dashy and Shotzzy. Can they work this pinch?
Oh, God, you think he has one, but Big Wing puts him in the dirt.
There we go, they're able to get him out.
With the snap and the headshot through. There's the clearance, and you needed it so badly. You're at 205 right now if you're Mutineers. Is iLLeY just looking for more, getting some information as the shot comes through on the other side of it. With 20 to go. Seems like you're still sending like 2 players at it on the rotation early. It's going to be Dave Patty who's going to start to. I thought they were going to send it. It's like it's like they were kind of caught in the middle of fighting for scrap and rotating.
I actually really like that, right? Because the next couple of hills, if you're Florida, 44 points away, you get a few seconds at a time. This is not easy to set up on, but it could put the pressure all on OpTic now. They have to go. They have to make these breaks. So you just continue to flood the hill.
It's just, you know, it's every added second, but so much pressure. Now, where we saw Skies get naded last time, now he's finding doubles up to 22 and 16, and look at the map Vivid's having.
Yeah, 23 and 17, he's gonna pinch this. This is sort of a Shotzzy play right here that we normally see from him. He finds the opening behind enemy lines, but it's just a little bit too long. Can he turn into something? Dave stays alive. He's looking for number 3.
We hits a bullet.
Does hit a bullet to his teammate, get the trade, and he does. And now you can get right back on it, right? Just try to farm as much as you can.
Just second by second, beam by beam. 18 away now, our Mutineers from the win. The pressure all on OpTic now to get it. The Mutineers have regained this map 4. You at least are going to push it to another hard point with that burst on through.
It's like, great, yeah, but right now we're going to P5 where they can do the same thing. Just try to earn 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. You're spot on. Just chip away 3 to 5 seconds here or there.
Now, if it's only on a long route all the way through, there is sort of the other side of this. If they do not get out of this trap, to where OpTic has the opening to chain this with P1, but Vivid's gonna find a kill. David's gonna get on it. There we go, Awakening, just trying to find as much as he can with his teammates.
They have
5
a chance
seconds
here.
Away.
A chance to stun him. Mutineers back into the point. Just a few seconds away, the clearance is in, all the kills through for OpTic. They continue to survive, but it is scary territory now. If you are an OpTic fan, Mutineers, they can taste it, they can smell it. They are making a run. It started with an upset.
Hold on.
And a chance to maybe do another, but now you're right. It is not over yet.
This is an
OpTic has never been out of it.
Insane spawn trap. Now it's 3 seconds. It's 1 break. They might be going for this. Oh, a teammate comes in. Oh, so they're set up at P1. They're going to chain these together. That new hill is up. Now the spawns do flip. Vivid gonna be the first man in, and he wins the gunfight. Vivid's in. Vivid is in. The hard point though is on. It's 249 to 200.
One more tick and he closed it up there. You got to be flawless. Now there's a pinch coming in. Will that kill do it? It might be the final second. It is. Mutineers with the shocker. They win it in map 4 and they continue to fight on. Unbelievable. And they did what so many teams have struggled with so many reverse sweeps this year. It's like the regain in map 4, the bounce back. They do it, and I mean, you talked about Vivid, him needing to step it up, and the hard points when he is positive, how massive it is. What a map it is for Vivid. The routes were there, the shots were on point, but Skies, my man, you have yourselves a series.
Yeah, I think just fundamentally for OpTic, I mean, you had the individual plays, but what? Both of the P3s, the second P1, where they've looked flawless at times, they've made a couple of mistakes.
So where's kind of that mark where it's like the chip away at it mentality, kind of like saying it's like that 80 to 100 point advantage, like somewhere that ballpark?
Well, I think once you get around 200,
yeah,
and you know the next 2 hills are P4 and P5, that's it. I mean, that's like the perfect scenario. 5 seconds at a time. Yeah, even 2, because you know for 2 minutes, they're not going to be able to hold an insane setup like they could at P1 and P2 or P3. Just the state of the map.
The Mutineers here to shut up the doubters, and well, they are silencing anyone who thought they didn't have the ability to make this run. I mean, they were, what, a map away from being guaranteed top 3. Now they make it to a Sunday, and they do it with the hard points. And they are, I mean, the first one's a nail biter. That was just insane. You could be frustrated with the spawn or whatever if you were OpTic, but fact is, they get 6-1 bodies in the search, they dominate there, and it goes to a Berlin hardpoint. And Mutineers, they get it done. A beautiful, beautiful stuff, and what a great job to answer back, and just, you know, the crowd starts to get into it a little bit after the control, and just silence them as fast as you can.
Yeah, just to respond in those moments. I think even on this map, this sort of, you know, from P1 to P2, just right off the get-go, to just get 20 seconds, put your team in it. But right here, you know, we're at P2, it's a 60-point game. And for OpTic, I think the focus is probably on P3, but they got a majority of this time. I mean, Florida just played this so scrappy. I loved watching it. A lot of these hills where they were not earning a lot of seconds or where we don't expect it, they were doing it.
What an incredible win it is. And yeah, this type of weekend, you know, we were hoping, we thought the Mutineers had the talent. It was just so maybe when is it going to start to click? When are you going to start to take out some of the heavy hitters? And well, you certainly do it this weekend. I mean, you take out Ravens, say like a top 3 team coming into this weekend. Now the #1 team, you take out an OpTic. They are not phased by anything, and it's just massive. You go up 2-0, you give yourself a little bit of breathing room. I mean, the other side of it for OpTic, you just got to stop going to these holes. Somehow you got to figure that out. You got to figure that out.
From OpTic, but I mean, listen, it's a very tough league, very competitive, and we know how hard it is to stay on top. I mean, you just come off of that, and I thought, just from the momentum, because right after Major 1 finished, we jumped into stage 2. And typically, when there's another event within like a month, that team just kind of rolls off, you know.
There was no break. Like, literally, the matches like start. Yeah. You flew back on whatever Monday, and matches were Thursday or whatever.
Yeah, they were right into that. But teams making adjustments. You got to give them their props. You're just trying to figure this out. You're studying those VODs. What is this team doing so well? Whew, back to the lab they go.
No, I think that's, you know, this is so impressive for Mutineers, but to your point about, like, it is hard. It's very, very hard to stay on top in this league, and I think that's what's been so impressive about FaZe past couple of years. Yep. Like, you have a target on your head. People are reviewing your VOD maybe more than normal. They are coming for you. Every time you are getting everybody's A game, and Mutineers, guess what? They brought their A game. They got the win. All 4, firing on all cylinders. Some brilliant, brilliant moments. We go to stage with Dave Patty.
Thank you so much. Yes, I am joined on the stage by the man, the myth, Mr. Dave Patty. Minnesota, make some noise for Dave and the Mutineers. Dave, man, it's got to feel good, right? It's got to feel good for you guys coming into this tournament. You know, there were some people who thought, hey, there could be a run potential, but you start off, right? And the way that you guys find yourself now, wins over London, now a win over OpTic Texas, the #1 team in the game. What does that say about Florida?
Yeah, it shows that, like, any given day we can beat any team. You know, OpTic is the reigning champs, you know, and we just took them out. So, you know, we can have it in us to beat any team in the game. We just got to have the right mindset, have the right focus, and we can really win anything.
Wise words. They're out of the Røkkr. Now, I got to go back, right, to the wild Gavutu hardpoint. I mean, it looked like for a moment maybe OpTic had it, then Florida had it, then OpTic had it, then you guys come out on top. What's going through the team's comp? What's going through your mind in a situation like that?
Well, I mean, it was just crazy, hectic comms, you know, in a moment like that, you know, like, you don't know what's going on. You're just doing whatever comes to your mind first. So in that moment, yeah, I was just trying to, like, stay up, listen to my teammates, you know, remain calm in that moment. And, you know, like, we were able to take out the dub.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. Now, getting back to the rookie conversation, because I want to ask you, in moments like that, we talk about composure that is often a thing discussed when it comes to rookies. Again, you're facing off against the #1 team right now in the game, OpTic Texas. How do you remain composed in situations like that?
I mean, yeah, in that moment, you're not thinking about, oh my God, you know, Dashy's coming for me, iLLeY's coming for me. You're thinking about, all right, I'm staying down on point, I'm doing what I always do in practice, I maintain composure, listen to my teammates, and, you know, we got it done.
You absolutely did. A great W again for the Mutineers. Dave, I'll ask you now, some great wins versus some of the best teams in the CDL, a W here versus OpTic. How far can the Mutineers go?
Tomorrow we're going to bring home a championship for the first ever for Florida Mutineers on stage.
You gotta love the confidence. You gotta love the confidence, Dave. Any final words for the fans out there?
Shout out to the fans, man. I mean, this is my first ever time really playing on stage. I mean, the first couple tournaments, I was early exit, but now I feel comfortable and I'm, really liking it here. Thank you guys.
We loves us some Dave Patty. Dave, GG's brother. Desk, over to you guys.
I'm loving that interview right there.
That was confidence.
I don't care about the names. We just gonna get the job done.
Dude, that was confidence out of Dave Patty, and I gotta say, Florida Mutineers played fantastic out the gates. I mean, on that second rotation, they get initial on that P5, they start to get some separation, up 50, 60 points, and from then on out, a good team like OpTic, they're gonna break into hills, which they did at the very end. They're playing off the scraps, but Mutineers were able to maintain that lead throughout the majority of the game. Now, we know the very ending, the spawn was a little sus, this and that, the third, but OpTic typically runs away with those games. So for Florida to maintain control, get initial, and I'm talking initial on the next 4 hills in a row on that second rotation is impressive, and we gotta highlight the man Skies. He popped off throughout this entire series. That is what you need when your team like Florida Mutineers can be consistent at times, as we always talk about, somebody to take over, and who better than Skies, your leader and this guy who's been on this roster since it began.
You got that right, and speaking of which, let's go ahead and take a look at the Scump play of the game where Skies got a 9 streak and busted out the glide bomb alley and cleared the way for his team to go ahead and break a hill.
It was really Skies that was having himself an absolute series. Not only in this hardpoint alone, but in the search and destroy as well. He looks like a different demon on the map.
He's a beast.
Look at this.
He's
he
a
literally
beast.
has not died yet. Florida Mutineers, you can see they're up 67 and 25. OpTic finds some light at the end of the tunnel, and Skies just craps on it with the glide bomb. I mean, Florida, they look completely different.
And I just want to give a big shout out to Vivid, because those first 2 respawns, he really didn't put up the best numbers. But that first map, it looked like he stood up and he was like LeBron after game 6.
He was hyped.
The energy on him, from him was insane. But for him to bounce back on that map number 4 and put up the numbers that he did, he had 29 traded kills. He was like 29 and 20. He was hitting those routes with that AR in his hands, and you can just tell it caused so many problems on the side of OpTic. They simply just couldn't keep track of him.
Yeah, man, Florida had OpTic caught in the loop. That's what OpTic usually do to other teams. Like, they're usually early, and then they rotate the next one, they break you. That's how they get the separation. But Florida, like, strategically on point. The teamwork was there. That was the first time we really saw the teamwork come to fruition for this Florida Mutineers.
And you know what? I feel like we do have to touch on Dave Patty, because he is a rookie heading into this year, and I feel like maybe he's not talked about as much because most of the rookies that get brought up are sub players. They're aggressive SMGs and Pred and Cap. And so for him to come out and make a name for himself as a main AR rookie, being an IGL for the squad as well, I mean, you have to give credit where credit is due, right?
Yeah, we've been always talking about, okay, Florida Mutineers, they're not getting the results that they want day in and day out throughout the qualifiers. But also, once they get a little bit more experience, game XP, the team's going to dominate. Look at the teams that they've been beating in this tournament. And Jeremy, they just sit home. OpTic Texas, the Major 1 champ.
That's insane, man. OpTic Texas.
Those
guys.
Who would have thought that?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought that, because when you think about a Florida Mutineers team, you're always thinking about, are they going to be on point or are they going to come out slow, man? They come off the gate and they go out on a Kavutu. Hardpoint goes all the way down to the very end, 250 to 248. But the big answer for me had to be the search and destroy. They dominated, put them in an absolute body bag on that map. And OpTic simply just didn't have an answer.
It's insane. And I want to see a bracket shortly, because the teams that's left in this event, nameless. All right, we're talking about the top teams right now. London Royal Ravens are gone. OpTic Texas out of here.
And guess who beat both of those teams? London Royal Ravens and OpTic Texas, the Florida Mutineers.
That's wild.
These guys mean business.
So the middle of the pack now that we have in the CDL are turning up in the biggest way ever in aLLeY. I mean, we can't even guess what the finals are right now.
Boston everybody's bracket is
look at this.
It is tossed in the absolute trash with that Florida Mutineers 3-1 win, and I don't know, maybe a breach and
FaZe Search Final. I agree. It's going to be lit. It's going to be an epic matchup.
And then there were 5. We have Atlanta FaZe, Boston Breach, the Florida Mutineers, the Seattle Surge, and now the Los Angeles Guerrillas. And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves one hell of an event. Steady, you're going to be off the desk for the next segment, but for Seattle Surge and the Los Angeles Guerrillas, what are your thoughts about that matchup? I won't be able to ask you.
Obviously, Seattle, they're coming off of that tough loss versus Atlanta FaZe, but they're losing their flu game. Michael Jordan and Mack, he's going to be subbed out. Classic is coming in. So this is sub on subs. Classic versus Spar. This is going to be an all-out battle, man.
And Spar's been popping off lately, too. So we're going to see what the subs are going to do in this matchup. But ladies and gentlemen, it has been one hell of a day so far, and a long one, of course, right? But coming up next, we have our last series. It's going to be the Los Angeles Guerrillas versus the Seattle a surge. The battle of the subs in waves. We're going on a break. We'll catch you on the other side. Close out day 3. We'll see you soon.